When we think of Netherlands, the first images that come to our mind are the windmills and the famous tulips. And when we think of Amsterdam, we think of bikes and canals. As you guessed, today we are going to Amsterdam for our first discovery of the city. We go there for the first time and it's January, so we have to tell you that it's really cold and there is omnipresent icy wind. We invite you for our first discovery of the city. We will certainly go back during the nicer days, read warmer and not windy, for a more detailed visit. So if you don't want to miss our future movies, subscribe and activate the bell. We are going to discover the city and its surroundings. We start our visit with the Jordaan and Canal district, which is certainly the most charming and pleasant of Amsterdam. You will discover the canals, many small courtyards, old warehouses converted into houses, barges full of plants, and the Westerkerk church, which is the highest in the city with its 85 meters and which Anne Frank mentions several times in her diary. Our walk takes us next to Anne Frank's famous house, which is a must-see if you find yourself in Amsterdam. It was on the canal bank that the young girl and her family hid for 2 years during the Second World War after fleeing persecution in Germany in 1933. The house has remained unchanged and it became a museum where you can discover the hidden entrance and the secret annex where she spent 761 days. This is an incredible and emotional time travel. Reservations for its visit are mainly made online and we strongly advise you to book in advance. We take the bus towards the Fabrique des Lumières, a new center of digital art in Amsterdam, which opened its doors on April 22, 2022. We go through the Westerkerk, a park of 13 hectares. The workshop is a former gas factory dating from 1883 that operated until 1967. At the entrance, we can see some videos of its history. And we enter the factory for an immersive journey of life work of the Viennese artist Gustav Klimt. After this magical visit, we return to our apartment to prepare pasta with shrimp and salicornia, known as sea asparagus. this quick but delicious meal, we go to discover the center of Amsterdam. Direction to the central station, located on the waterfront. We pass in front of the National Maritime Museum, where we can discover over 500 years old maritime history of the city. Replicas of Dutch warships can be admired here, as well as maps and models of ships. Right next door is the Nemo Museum, Amsterdam Science Museum, which welcomes you on 4 floors. There are about 50 museums to visit in Amsterdam, something to delight art and history lovers. And if you are a museum enthusiast, might be worth looking into museum passes such as Go City Amsterdam City Card or Amsterdam City Pass. We now arrive to the central station. It's served by international and national trains. You just have to cross it following the boat sign and you arrive at the platform where white and blue ferries enable the connection between South and North Amsterdam. The transport is free and you can get it with your bike or moped. First ferry to the north takes us to Adam Lookout. The short ferry ride gives us an opportunity to admire Central Station and its surroundings from another perspective, and we have to say that this area reminds us of New York. Not surprising when you know that New York was a former Dutch colony which was called New Amsterdam before changing its name. We see the Adam Lookout, from which we can enjoy a magnificent view of the city by accessing the terrace of the tower. It's an observation platform that offers an incredible panoramic view of Amsterdam. From there, you can admire the historic center, the canals and the harbor. There is also an interactive exhibition about the history of Amsterdam's culture. You can even swing over the edge of the building at a height of 100 meters. Great and thrilling experience if you dare to try it. Access prices: €12.50 for adults, €6.50 for children, plus €5 for the swing. The place also includes a rotating restaurant called The Moon. We walk around the iFilm Museum, founded in 1946, which is a film archive, museum and cinema in Amsterdam that preserves and presents both Dutch and foreign films screened in the Netherlands. One of the gallery spaces is devoted to a permanent exhibition on the technical and aesthetic histories of cinema. The second gallery space is dedicated to experimental cinema. Here also takes place the International Documentary Film Festival of Amsterdam. So we take a second ferry to NDSM terminal, also in the north, and go to check out the old shipyard that is now rehabilitated into housing and artist studios. We discover that urban art is very important in Amsterdam. There is even a guided bike tour of the street art if you want. The artist studios are located in containers. And speaking of containers, we enter one of them and discover a grandiose bar from which we have a view on the canal. Perfect place for digital nomads to walk by the fire, sitting or lying down in comfortable sofas. For us, it will be a good hot chocolate before returning to the city for a discovery of the food hallen.
Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag. Fumble a bag, now I will not fumble a bag. Act like you know how this goes.
We now arrive at the food hallen. Originally, the buildings were used to park the city's tramways. So there were large warehouses with the expansion of the city were found in the heart of the city. If If there is an address not to be missed, it's this one. You can find food and drinks in a friendly atmosphere around large tables. The concept? We walk between the 21 stands, looking for the little pleasures that will delight our taste buds. Pita, dim sum, burger, pizza, oysters, cakes, Vietnamese food? You can find a little bit of everything, and that's the nice thing about the concept. See you tomorrow.